The cream-colored envelope lay unopened on the corner of my kitchen table for nearly a month. Every time I passed it, my chest tightened. It wasn't that I wasn't happy about my son getting married. I was proud beyond words. But opening that envelope meant admitting something I wasn't ready to face, that my son was stepping fully into a world I had never belonged to and never could. My name is Daniel Carter. I'm 51 years old, and for almost 3 decades I've worked as a shift supervisor at a metal fabrication plant on the edge of town. It's honest work, dirty, loud, repetitive. I keep machines running, train new hires, and make sure everyone gets home in one piece. I've punched in at 5:45 every morning since my son Noah was a toddler. Noah was 2 when his mother left. Lena didn't argue.
She didn't cry.
She didn't pack a suitcase. She just picked up her purse, looked at me holding our sleeping child, and said she was done. 2 weeks later, the paperwork arrived. Full custody. No visitation. No shared holidays. She wanted a clean break. So I raised a little boy alone while working full-time and barely scraping by. I learned how to cook on a budget, how to sew buttons and patch knees, how to sit through school plays after 12-hour shifts. I learned how to braid hair badly because Noah once decided he wanted braids for school pictures. He wore them crooked and smiling, and I kept the photo in my locker for years. The invitation, when I finally opened it, was heavy cardstock with embossed lettering. Elegant. Expensive. Noah's fiancée, Eleanor Whitmore, came from a very different world. Her father, Harold Whitmore, ran a powerful consulting firm. Her mother, Lorraine, was a respected academic with multiple degrees. Eleanor herself was brilliant, top-tier university, fast-tracked career, polished in a way I never learned to be. Noah had met her when his software startup needed legal and business guidance. He'd built that company from scratch, coding at our tiny kitchen table while I brought him leftovers and late-night coffee. He earned every bit of his success. But I knew what Eleanor's family thought of me. Noah tried to warn me gently. Their particular dad. Big on titles and backgrounds. Just don't let them make you feel small. The wedding took place at a private estate outside the city. White stones, sweeping lawns, chandeliers bigger than my living room. I rented a suit that pinched at the shoulders and drove there in my aging pickup. Inside, a coordinator checked my name and guided me to a table near the back, partially hidden behind a column. I noticed the divide immediately. The front tables glittered with doctors, executives, and attorneys. My table held my brother, a couple of old coworkers, and a neighbor who'd once watched Noah after school. The ceremony was beautiful. I cried when Noah smiled at Eleanor like she was the only person in the world. But the reception is where everything changed. Each place had a name card, elegant calligraphy, titles, achievements. Mine stopped my breath. Daniel Carter, uneducated factory worker, not the real father. I stared at it, convinced I was misreading. My hands shook. My brother swore under his breath. The neighbor went pale. I looked up and saw Lorraine Whitmore watching me with a thin, satisfied smile. Harold raised his glass in my direction, not even trying to hide the mockery. Eleanor's brother laughed openly with the people around him. Every doubt I'd ever buried came rushing back. Every sacrifice. Every moment I'd wondered if I was enough. I stood up, quietly. I need to go. Dad. Noah was there. He'd seen it. I tried to brush it off, told him I didn't want to ruin his day. But he picked up the card and read it. His face changed, shock, then hurt, then something harder. He turned toward the head table. Eleanor, we need to talk. The room fell silent. Eleanor looked confused, then horrified. I didn't know, she said immediately. I swear I didn't. But your parents did, Noah said. Lorraine stood, still smiling. Oh, sweetheart, it was just a bit of humor. A joke. Noah's voice rose. You called my father fake. Harold tried to intervene, talking about appearances, about investments, about what they'd done for Noah. That's when my son broke. He spoke about late nights, empty fridges, homework at the kitchen table, grease-stained hands clapping at school events. He talked about love without conditions, about choosing to stay. And then he said the words I'll carry forever. This man is my father. Not because of blood or money or degrees. Because he showed up every day. He took off his jacket and walked to me. We're leaving. Eleanor begged. Promised apologies. Promised change. But Noah shook his head. This isn't about a card. It's about how you see him. And I won't live apologizing for where I come from. We walked out together. The next morning my phone rang. I expected threats. Instead, it was a senior partner from Harold's firm. An investigation had begun. Firm resources misused. Discriminatory behavior documented. Contracts sabotaged. Evidence recorded. By the end of the meeting, Harold and Lorraine were placed on leave. Eleanor sat apart from them, devastated. I didn't say much. I didn't need to. That night, Noah sat at our old kitchen table, coffee in his hands, looking around the apartment he grew up in. This, he said softly, has always been home. And for the first time in years, I believed, without doubt, that I had been enough all along.